Come see us on tour in Hartford, Connecticut, Syracuse, Atlantic City, Levittown, New York, Co-Host, New York, Providence, Rhode Island, Los Angeles, Bakersfield, San Jose, Toledo, Ohio, and Toronto, Ontario. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. So Trump is bombing the heck out of Yemen right now. And why is this especially noteworthy? Because Trump ran on being a non-interventionist and get the hell out of the Middle East, but he's once again doing the bidding of Benjamin Netanyahu, Israel, and Saudi Arabia. That's why he's bombing the hell out of Yemen. By the way, Joe Biden bombed the hell out of Yemen his entire presidency. Barack Obama did the same thing. Trump did it previously. But here he was in May of 2024 saying that they shouldn't. Watch this.
I look at your policies, I see secure the borders, bring jobs back. I look at the Democrats and many Republicans, and it's foreign war and foreign expansion.
That's right.
What is that?
I think it's just a failed mentality. It's crazy. You can solve problems over a telephone. Instead, they start dropping bombs. I see recently they're dropping bombs all over Yemen. You don't have to do that. You can talk in such a way where they respect you and they listen to you. Viktor Orban of Hungary, you know, the leader, they call him a strong man. Who cares if he's a strong man or not a strong man? He's a very powerful guy. He said the problem the world has is that Donald Trump is no longer president. When he was president, China didn't play around, Russia didn't play around, nobody played around, and we had no problems. Today, the whole world is on fire.
I heard that.
So he said you could solve this Yemen thing with a phone call. Also, I guess you could start bombing them again with the phone call. You know, Joe Biden bombed them like 100 times in 2024 alone. And there he was saying, you don't have to do this. You don't have to bomb Yemen. He says specifically Yemen. And now he's specifically bombing the hell out of them again. Trump warns Yemen's Houthis will be completely annihilated. What? What happened to the phone call? I don't know. I don't know what happened to the phone call. He's flipping on his word like a trained dolphin. That's what's happening. So what does MAGA stand for today? My ass got ambushed? Is that what it stands for? Because there it is. U.S. President renews his call for Iran to end support for Yemeni groups that have been targeting Israel over its war in Gaza. What in the F? Again, this is not America first. This is Israel first. Let's go. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Couldn't be more MAGA. Guess what she says? She says, I have not heard a single American say they want another war in the Middle East or anywhere else. Not one. All I've heard is a loud cry demanding our government and its leaders put America first. I don't support going to war on behalf of other countries, because that's what Trump just said. He's doing this for Israel. Well, if Israel would stop slaughtering the Palestinians, they wouldn't have a problem with the Houthis in Yemen. I support peace and fixing our own massive problems for our own people. It's literally my job title, U.S. Representative. Sam Husseini, the guy who got kicked out of the last briefing by Antony Blinken at the press room at the State Department, he says, if you believe this, you should file articles of impeachment. So why does Marjorie Taylor Greene, why can she speak out like this? Because she doesn't take any money from AIPAC or Israel. Zero money received from AIPAC. And I just want you to, here's Dave Smith, Jew, libertarian, and anti-war. And just remember what he had to say about this.
I like what that guy said. Benjamin Netanyahu came and testified before Congress in 2002, and he said with certainty that if we overthrew Saddam Hussein, democracy would sweep the region. He also advocated that we had regime change in Libya, Syria, and Iran. And he's still advocating that to this day. You must recognize that anyone advocating that America go fight another stupid, catastrophic war in the Middle East is your enemy. They are our enemies. Anyone who advocates that. If they start talking to you about fighting a war with Iran, you treat them like an enemy that they are. They are not on your side. Our people do not want to fight any more wars in the Middle East, period.
So he's saying Israel's our enemy, and now Donald Trump is ramping up wars in Yemen. He's literally doing it without. By the way, it's illegal. They don't. The Congress is the only people who are supposed to be able to declare war. He didn't ask Congress. He's just doing it. I'm sorry. Biden bombed Yemen 1,000 times, and so Trump is just another continuation. He's just keeping it going. And he's doing this saber rattling with Iran. This is all pointing towards, because Israel wants a war with Iran. And as Dave Smith says, anybody who wants a war with another war is your enemy. And here's what Scott Ritter has to say. Scott Ritter has to say about Donald Trump and his stupid adventure in Yemen. Listen to this.
Well, I mean, first of all, the American people need to know that the Houthi of Yemen have been in war with the America via proxy since 2014. The Saudi Arabian Air Force, using aircraft provided by the United States of America, dropping bombs provided by the United States of America, bombs targeted by the intelligence provided by the United States of America.
The same thing Israel's doing in Gaza, Saudi Arabia was doing in Yemen. So we give them the money, we give them the bombs, we give them all the things. They go slaughter the people in Gaza. Same thing. That's what Saudi Arabia has been doing since 2014 in Yemen. And again, this is all about natural resources, natural gas and oil. That's what this is all about. And so and then the United States was assisting, not only that, providing the airplanes and the bomb, but also assisting in intelligence and targeting Saudi Arabia to wipe out the Yemeni people. Here we go.
Been pummeling Yemen for a decade, and Yemen hasn't blinked. The United States got involved in participating in these attacks last year, or even for over a year now. We've been in a quasi war with the Houthi because the Houthi are very principled people, and they said we will not stand by idly while genocide is taking place. The Palestinian people of Gaza must be allowed access to humanitarian goods. The blockade must be lifted, and until which time those conditions are met, we will prevent Israeli shipping from transiting through the Red Sea into the Port of Eilat. And they succeeded in shutting down the shipping. The port went bankrupt. The Israeli economy was devastated. Now, this is a Houthi action against the Israelis, and America stuck its nose in it. And then America said, no, you can't do this. You have to cease your blockade. And the Houthi said, stick it in your ear. And we started bombing them. Terrible bombs, according to Trump. I mean, my God, what? Because Donald Trump ordered a bomb, it blows up with greater explosive force than the bomb that was dropped under Biden. Trump is an idiot. I hate to say that, and my wife is going to be very mad at me for saying this, but this is the kind of stupidity that a chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff has said, Mr. President, stop, cease and desist. The Secretary of Defense has to do an intervention and say, please don't do this. You are making us look stupid. You're putting us in a bad situation, and it's unbecoming of the Commander-in-Chief to speak in this fashion about conflict when American lives are on the line. Treat the Americans with respect, at least. Use words that impart the dignity of the service they are giving you instead of treating it like a childish video game. Mr. President, shut up. And that's what he needs to do. Shut up. If you're going to drop bombs, drop bombs. But quit pretending that because you're Donald Trump, the earth shakes greater because you dropped the damn bomb than somebody else. The bomb blows up. And you know who doesn't care? The Houthi. They don't give a damn, Mr. President. They're going to kick your ass just like they kicked everybody's ass because you can't follow through. All you can do is drop bombs. And your bombs won't stop them from firing missiles. And then you want to now threaten the Iranian people the same way. It isn't going to work, Mr. President. And what's going to happen are one of two things. One, you're going to look foolish because you're going to have to back down when your Secretary of Defense says we can't escalate any further without putting 700,000 boots on the ground. That's a major invasion that will cause the entire region to blow up. Oil prices will spin out of control and your economy will crash. And you're finished, Mr. President. You're done. Everything you're trying to do, the American people will not tolerate $120 oil. Because they can't economically. All the changes you're making are predicated upon a foundation of economic stability. Mr. President, you can't bomb these people into submission. There's a video of a Houthi fighter going out to recover the body of his friend. The man's wearing sandals. He's got his little dish dash on, not body armor. He's not dressed like an American commando and all this kind of stuff. And he's running with his body through enemy fire. You see the bullets kicking all around him. They're trying to get, and he keeps running in the desert under fire with a body on his shoulders, and he recovers his friend. That's who we're fighting. We can make fun of them. We can use all the derogatory terms we want. They wear sandals. They do this. They do that. They do this. They're the toughest people in the world when it comes to fighting in that area of the world, and we are not going to beat them.
So remember what Donald Trump said not in 2015. Sheldon Adelson is looking to give big dollars to Marco Rubio because he feels he can mold him into his perfect little puppet. Well, that's exactly what happened to Donald Trump. Sheldon Adelson's wife gave him $100 million and molded him into this little puppet. And now he's doing the bidding of the Adelsons, Benjamin Netanyahu, AIPAC, and the Zionists. That's what this is. That's what this all, the war about with Iran, the war with Yemen, Gaza. This is all about him being a puppet. And he's doing it. And we all thought he was going to come in and lay down the law, and he's not. He's not. And Marjorie Taylor Greene sees it. Marjorie Taylor Greene, I have not heard a single American say they want another war in the Middle East or anywhere else. Not one. And let me tell you another thing. Iran just signed a treaty with Russia. So if the United States attacks Iran, it's going to be as if they attacked Russia. So this is, again, where we said World War III is going to start in the Middle East if Trump keeps going along with his Israel first policy. And that's what he's going to get himself stuck in. He's going to get us in World War III, and your kids are going to go fight it. I'm not going to go fight it. That's what's happening. And that's Mr. Anti-War, Mr. Hey, we can do this with a phone call. You don't have to drop bombs. So when Joe Biden was dropping 1,000 bombs on Yemen, he was critical of it, and now he's immediately doing the bidding of Benjamin Netanyahu and Adelson. Immediately, she knows. Marjorie Taylor Greene knows, and why does she know? Because she doesn't take any of their money. Dave Smith knows. I know, and now you know. And so Trump's promises of being an anti-interventionist, ending the war, getting us out of the Middle East, ending the stupid wars and investing that money back here, it's a lie.
What happened to promises made, promises kept?
What happened to promises made? What happened to ending wars with a phone call? So this is leading us into World War III. Because this is all about Benjamin Netanyahu. He wanted us to go into Yemen. We did it. He wanted us to go into Syria. We did it. Iraq. We did it. Libya. We did it. Afghanistan. We did it. And the last one on the list, Lebanon, we did. Last one on the list is now Iran. And that's what this is all about. And that's because Benjamin Netanyahu and the psychopathic Zionists won't stop slaughtering the Gazans because they want to eradicate them and ethnically cleanse Gaza and the West Bank so they can take it over. That's what this has always been about. Then they become energy exporters because remember they found $500 billion worth of energy under Gaza and off the shore, natural gas. Remember that? They want to be sending the natural gas. That's another reason why they wanted the Ukraine war and they wanted to blow up the pipeline, the Nord Stream pipeline, is because they wanted to be the ones exporting energy to Europe, Israel, instead of Russia. That's another reason why they wanted the Ukraine war and wanted to do that. This is all about the psychopathic Zionist and Benjamin Netanyahu, and we're their puppets. Doesn't that make you upset that we're the puppet of a tiny little country and a bunch of psychopaths? That doesn't make you upset? Hey, why don't they go take care of themselves? Why don't they stop bombing everybody and getting the United States to do all their dirty work? Libya, Iraq, Yemen, Syria. That's all this is about. This is all about Israel first. Nobody in America wants another war in the Middle East, except Israel. They do want one. They want us to bomb Iran. And they want us to install another Shah. That's what we did. When they had a democratically elected president, Mossadegh, in 1953, the CIA overthrew him and installed the Shah, which was an oppressive dictator, because America loves dictators, even though they pretend they don't. We don't fight dictators. We're in bed with dictators. We're in bed with Saudi Arabia. We're in bed with Shah of Iran. And then there was what the CIA calls blowback, and they got rid of the Shah of Iran, and they installed this ultra religious Shah, what is it called? A theocracy. And that's what they live under now. And that's blowback to us getting rid of their democracy, installing a strongman, an oppressive dictator, the Shah. And now Benjamin Netanyahu wants us to do it again. And Trump's going to do it. Hey, you know, the IRS is the largest tax collection agency in the world. And with April 15th fast approaching, it's more aggressive than ever. In 2025, enforcement is ramped up, and if you owe back taxes or unfiled returns, waiting is not an option. The longer you do, the worse it gets. Ignoring your tax troubles is the worst thing you can do. April 15th marks another tax year that has passed you by. Getting ahead of this is the smart move, but never contact the IRS alone. That's a fact. Instead, let the experts at Tax Network USA handle it for you. Why? Because not all tax resolution companies are the same. Tax Network USA has a preferred direct line to the IRS, meaning they know exactly which agents to deal with and which to avoid. With proven strategies to settle tax problems in your favor, whether you owe $10,000 or $10 million, Tax Network USA's attorney and negotiators have already resolved over $1 billion in tax debt. Talk with one of their strategists today. It's free to talk to them. Stop the threatening letters, stop looking over your shoulder, and protect yourself from property seizures and bank levies. Don't let the IRS control your future. Call 1-800-958-1000 or visit tnusa.com/Jimmy. April 15th is just around the corner. Act now before the IRS acts first. Come see us on tour in Hartford, Connecticut, Syracuse, Atlantic City, Levittown, New York, Cohost, New York, Providence, Rhode Island, Los Angeles, Bakersfield, San Jose, Toledo, Ohio, and Toronto, Ontario. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.